What's up, it's Cinema Shogun here, and the other day over on my second channel, Fat and Opinionated, we were talking about worlds colliding. Because it was revealed that Bryan Kohberger's sister actually starred in like a low-budget horror movie where a group of college kids get brutally unalived by some slasher. And I felt like that was really ironic and weird, but also, you guys know, I'm a movie buff, so for me, that's like both of my worlds colliding. Movies and true crime. And now, once again, in this Bryan Kohberger Idaho 4 case, worlds are colliding. We talked a lot about Johnny Depp over here on this channel. We covered the Johnny Depp trial. And honestly, I have seen so much Johnny Depp, Amber Heard content and information that it damn near just makes my head want to explode. And it makes me nauseated at this point. I'm tired. So tired of the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard talk. I'm team Johnny Depp all the way. Johnny Depp has moved on with his life. Please, for the love of God, everyone, move on with your lives. There's other things to talk about in the world. But anyways, during the Johnny Depp case, here I am to talk about it. During the Johnny Depp trial, Johnny Depp, he had this legal defense team. And one of the lawyers on that team was Camille Vasquez. And man, oh man, did I have a crush on her during the trial. But anyways, she became really popular. She was one of the faces, one of the characters that really stood out from that trial. It's like she became a star of her own throughout that trial. And watching her, question Amber Heard, seeing the cattiness go back and forth, it was really entertaining. And I knew that Camille definitely had a bright future ahead of her. Well, now it looks as if she's going to become a legal analyst, I believe, on NBC. She's going to start appearing on television and stuff. And honestly, I wish she chose a different route. Like, make a YouTube channel. Anything. Literally anything is better than the mainstream media. And it's kind of weird to me because it's like you're joining the same beast that you were just against. Because when it comes to the Johnny Depp trial, yeah, it was Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard. Or I think the better way to put it was it's Amber Heard and the mainstream. No, let me see. It's Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard and the mainstream media and the Me Too movement and every other freaking activist movement you can think of in the modern day. Amber Heard was just up against Johnny Depp. Amber Heard wasn't against, anything else but Johnny Depp and maybe you could say his loyal fan base. And those of us who looked at the details, looked at the facts, and realized that Johnny wasn't guilty of a lot of what he was accused of. Was that a toxic relationship? Yes. But I don't think Johnny was the monster that she made him out to be, and she was caught lying a lot. So in reality, it wasn't Depp v. Heard, it was Depp v. the establishment and Amber Heard and the mainstream media and the government, everybody, all the powers that be were against Johnny. They were all against Johnny. So seeing Camille join up with the mainstream media doesn't necessarily put a good taste in my mouth. I really think she should stay away from it because if anyone knows how they operate, she knows. She's been up against it for years. But anyways, she weighed in on the whole Bryan Kohberger situation. I found it interesting because, like I said, it's two worlds colliding. Let's go ahead and listen to what she has to say.
How strong is the case against him?
I think it's extremely strong. And the police and the investigators are not in the business of telling us everything that they have. They want to put enough to get probable cause, to get a judge to sign that search warrant. Right. This is a case that's garnered so much attention worldwide, really. And so I think these investigators do not want to make any mistakes. They do not want to give the suspect any reason to have the case not go the way they want it to. Right. I think the internet sleuth, this has become something that really captivated the country, this case has. And so people want to talk about the evidence. They want to talk about the human impact. And these are college students, right? So I think it can be incredibly helpful for investigators. They pleaded to the public and asked for information about the white Elantra. But it could also be helpful, or not helpful, harmful when you start naming someone.
Well, for one, let me start by saying this. I think that she will be great at her job, but it feels weird seeing her weigh in on these cases. I don't know why. It's just really weird. It's kind of weird to me because, like I said, it's like worlds colliding here. I didn't ever think, a couple of months ago while covering the Johnny Depp trial that, Camille Vasquez would now become a internet personality that weighs in on some of the same stories that we cover right here on my YouTube channel. So it's definitely kind of weird, but I agree with everything she said. And she made an important point that I've been trying to make in a lot of my videos, that we don't have all the evidence yet. We don't know everything yet. And everything that was put in that affidavit, that's not all of the information. All the investigators and law enforcement have to do is put enough information out there to show that they have a reason to make an arrest. They don't have to show all of their cards. They don't have to show all of their evidence. In fact, this may only be like 10 to 15% of what they have. Honestly, I don't even know if they needed to put as much as they put in there to make this arrest. I feel like they could have taken a few things out and still had enough. But I mean, I'm not an expert, I'm not a legal expert. I'm just some dude, but I think that they probably could have taken a few things out and still had enough. So this is damn sure not all they have. So people need to realize that often, and trust me, I'm right there with you all. I get frustrated in these cases as well, and it often seems like we're getting nowhere and law enforcement is getting nowhere. But more often than not, they have a little bit more than what you think. So I think it's safe to say that we haven't even begun to see everything that they have against Bryan. And, they're dealing with a certain animal, a certain beast when it comes to Bryan. And they know that. They know that. So they're going to play their cards right. They don't want Bryan to know too far ahead of time how much stuff they actually have on him. And I think the reason why Bryan was like, yeah, go ahead, send me to Idaho, is because Bryan probably wanted to see that affidavit more than any of us. Because Bryan wants to know what they've collected against him. And so does his legal defense, who seems to be doing one hell of a job for free. One hell of a job for free. But she also made the point that sleuths online can be helpful and they can be harmful. And I can't agree more. I love seeing, when people online, when internet sleuths and people in this community are able to help situations. Like with the Gabby Petito case, when they were able to, oh, look, there was Gabby's van and stuff like that. I love seeing stuff like that. But I also hate seeing how they just tear down and drag some of these innocent people that have nothing to do with these cases. So there's good and bad with everything. And I hope that this true crime community can find a balance where we're leaning more towards good than towards bad, because for a while now, I feel like we've been leaning more towards bad. And when I say we, I don't mean me. And I don't mean a lot of the people, and a lot of you all. But as a whole, from the outside looking in for someone, I think there's been a lot of bad stuff out there lately. Like, look at that TikTok tarot reader who's still accusing random teachers and professors of random stuff. It gets crazy. So we need to do more harm than good, or else what is the point? So I agree with what Camille has to say. But like I said, it's weird seeing her become a pundit, on cases like this. But I look forward to seeing what she has to say in the future. And I look forward to seeing what you all have to say right now down in the comment section. So let me know your thoughts down below. While you're down there, hit the thumbs up button. Make sure you follow me on Swagit and download the Swagit link down in the pinned comment of this video. Hit the thumbs up, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell. I'll talk to you all in the next video.